Since your baby daddy can't steal your peace anymore, and here is why. Because you have grown. And I am so proud of you, actually, because you have grown so much as a woman. It used to take one text message for him to ruin your whole day. And you have grown so much that you don't even entertain him anymore. You allow him to think whatever he want to think. You allow him to argue by himself. You've learned how to pause before you react, and you've learned how to protect your energy, sis. I am so proud of you because you are finally becoming a woman. You are finally becoming mature, and you are finally taking your power back from someone who thinks they have so much power over you just because y'all share a child together. I'm proud of you because, like me, sis, anytime my child's father would text me, it would immediately throw my day off. Now we arguing about dumb stuff. I'm just irritated. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. And it always seems to be around the time when my baby wants to act up as well, which made the impact just much more worse. But after a while in this co-parenting game, you just learn how to just take it. And not take it as in allowing somebody to disrespect you or tear you down, but take it as in you learn how to just roll with the punches. You start to accept things for what they are. Like, no, I didn't want things to be this way. Yes, it would have been better if me and my child's father could have worked out for the sake of our children, for the sake of our family. But at the end of the day, this is what it is, and we're just rolling with the punches now. Personally, one of the hardest parts about co-parenting was trying to figure out how to co-parent. It was trying to figure out, how do I continue to allow this man to be in my child's life because I don't want to take him away from his father, while also trying to heal from the things that he's done to me, at the same time trying to separate the bad person he was to me, thinking that he will be a better dad to my son. It was a lot. And I was just praying that he would show up for my son in ways that he didn't show up for me. But then at some point, I just realized that I was just being delusional, because you have to stop expecting a person to be able to give you what they don't have. And I think sometimes we put too much expectation on people because they have certain titles. Oh, but he's dad, he's mom, he's whatever the case, she's mom, she's whatever the case is. But you got to start being real with yourself. Not everybody lives up to the title. Some people just have the title because that's what it says in a dictionary. That we label things so we have a concept of what they are. So there are men that lay down and have children that are not necessarily fathers, but because the definition, the dictionary called them fathers or dads, that's what their name is. But some of them don't live up to the title. I don't know if that's making sense what I'm saying. So I really had to learn how to protect my peace in this co-parenting space. And I'm sure you've had to learn how to protect your peace as well. And for the young women who are learning to protect their peace and they're saying, Destiny, but I'm not there yet, but I want to be. He still ruins my day. He still stresses me out. I'm still crying in the shower. I feel depressed. I feel sad. I feel like I was stuck with something that was supposed to be a two-person's job, and now I'm just doing it alone. And I feel like nobody understands me, and they just feel like because you chose to be with him and you chose to have the baby, then you should choose all the unfair treatment that goes with it. And let me say this too, just because that is your child's father, it does not mean that man has a right to disrespect you, to put his hands on you, to come in and out of your life as he pleases, just because he has a title. If a person is not living up to the title, then baby, no, you don't get to have the benefits that come with being a father if you're not living up to that title. And you're not going to make me feel some type of way because I'm the one that's here. I stayed. I'm committed. I'm working hard. I'm showing up. I'm doing everything that I have to do. And you aren't. So you're not going to make the one who stayed feel bad while you allow the one to get away with no consequences. And I know in society, they beat single mothers. They beat us down. Like, okay, like they beat us up. They try to tell us that we're not valuable. We don't deserve love. We should just settle for anything that comes our way. No. Becoming a mother is one of the most beautiful and strongest things that a woman can ever do, because having a child is one of the closest things to death. And I think that as women, we have to also start honoring ourselves for what our bodies can do. We birth human beings, man. We are incredible. That is something that a man could never do. A man can do many things, but that's one thing that he cannot do. So don't allow anybody to make you feel small for being a woman, for having a womb, for being able to produce a child, because that's sometimes men like to dumb us down to just cooking, cleaning, and having babies, and then they try to make it seem like that's a small task. Like, so all you do is raise a baby all day. You try doing it. You try doing it. If your routine has not changed at all from you having a child, something's wrong, because you can't even get a pet without you having to adjust some things. Y'all, this is my baby moving the camera. Y'all just please excuse him. Single mom problems. Okay, I wouldn't be able to make this video if I didn't allow him to just run rampant right now. And he probably somewhere messing with my makeup, but we just go, it is what it is. But yeah, so you have to learn how to protect your peace in co-parenting. You have to learn how to separate who you are from who they are. Okay, you guys are no longer together anymore. You guys are apart. You guys are separate, which means that you don't have to run your lives in the way that they want to dictate that you run your life. You run your life the way that you feel would be best for you and your children, because now you have to have a new normal. And it's very important that you normalize having peace in your home, in your heart, in your mind, in your presence. Normalize having peace. And I don't know why I want to touch on this, but I'm going to go here because I feel it. Stop taking the anger out on the babies. They're just babies and they don't know better. They don't understand that mama's frustrated. They don't understand that mama's doing everything alone. They don't understand that. They just understand mama. They just understand I love mama. I want to be up on the mama. I want this. And I understand how it feels to work hard and to be drained, to be having to deal with bills and responsibilities and kids. And then you come home and it just seems like the kids are just being kids. And I know how that can be tiring and draining for you. But at the same time, mama, we have to learn how to separate our emotions and not put it on our kids, because sometimes we do get frustrated and we do yell too much, or we do say things a little aggressively, or we will put our hands on them in a way that we didn't mean. And trust me, that mom guilt when you land in the bed at night, it will eat you up if you have a conscience. So learn to be patient, not just with the kids, but like with yourself. Okay. And this is a learning process for everybody. Everybody is adjusting. Everybody is changing. And at the end of the day, kids are they're just kids. They just love their parents. They're innocent. They didn't ask to be here, but they are here. So we have to learn how to manage our emotions. You know, if you have to go in the bathroom and cry for a few minutes to get yourself together, then do that. You know, if you have to go take a walk, if you just have to put your headphones on. Sometimes my son cries so much and it gets so frustrated that I just have to put my beats on sometimes and let him cry him out. I know he's fed. I know his diaper's changed. I know nothing's wrong. He's not in danger. He just wants to whine. And you have to learn how to just put them headphones on, tune it out. Okay, keep yourself centered, mama, because if you fall off balance, then everything falls off balance. And right now, everybody and everything is depending on you. And I know how tiring that is as well. But mama, we don't have a choice right now, and we can't quit. And one day it will get easier. And one day your kids will thank you. But as of right now, you are their foundation. You are the thing on which they stand on. So I need you to be strong for just a little bit while longer. All right. And I know you're probably tired, but just hold on for just a little while longer. All right. Because things are going to change soon, sooner than you think. That is just my perspective on protecting your peace, protecting your baby's peace, protecting your mind, protecting your emotions, breathing, being patient with yourself, being patient with the kids, because everyone deserves to feel safe and everyone deserves love. And remember, it's not their fault. They didn't ask to be here, but they are here. So in doing that, as a mother, we have responsibility to love our kids, to protect our kids, to be patient with our kids, and to allow our kids to be kids, okay? Okay, sis, real quick, because I like to leave you with some practical tips. You know, I hate them people that just come and give you a bunch of advice and you be like, girl, you ain't telling me what to do though. I got y'all. So I got some practical tips for you, all right? And the first one is to set boundaries. You determine when and how you guys communicate. And if need be, use apps. Okay, there are parenting apps that you can actually use. So that way, if you have a baby daddy like mine who likes to get a little disrespectful at times for no reason at all, and you want to limit that contact, you could use parenting apps. Okay, and they can monitor what's being said. And you can also use those texts in court as well. Okay. The second thing that you're going to do, you're going to create a peaceful routine, prayer, journaling, affirmations before and after interactions. You have to, baby, listen, I used to have to go sit in my car and pray after I talked to my baby daddy. I used to have to pray it off of me because I would feel so negative after I got done speaking to him that I would literally have to just take a minute to woosah and get my mind together. And then prayer is also good. Prayer is something that I do with my babies at night. Before we go to bed, we pray. We pray every night. My babies, they know about Jesus. I don't play about that. Because one thing y'all gonna have is a relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, when y'all get older, y'all gonna need somebody to call on when y'all in trouble, when mama not always there. So make sure your babies have a relationship with God. They're not too young. If they know about Santa Claus, they can know about Jesus. Hello. All right. And then stop taking the bait. My baby daddy would text me about one thing, and then all of a sudden the conversation will turn into another. You text me about a shoe you left in my house, and now all of a sudden you talking to me about how I'm a bad mom in our relationship. It just, we're not doing that. Stop taking the bait. Stop taking the trap. You know he don't want nothing. Don't meet up with him. Don't answer his calls. Don't answer his FaceTime. He don't want nothing. You know this, but you're still attached to him emotionally, so you fall for the bait. Sis, I need you to be strong. If you're really trying to free yourself, I need you to stop falling for the bait. All right. And then last but not least, have a support system. Friends, family, therapists. Sis, I don't care if you got to come to this video and you got to use it as a journal entry to write how you feel. I don't care if you got to DM me, book a coaching with me, girl. I'm here to listen all day. I don't care. I'm here to give you practical advice because I'm here to serve you. I'm a single mom of two boys. I know exactly how you feel and exactly what you're going through. So I'm not just speaking from a place of somebody who don't know. I got two boys. I know exactly how it is to deal with a baby daddy, and I have two of them. So yeah, but yeah, get a support system because we need that sometimes as mamas. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up because as you can see, they're getting a little loud and they're not gonna let me finish. But I appreciate you for watching this video, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one, sis. Peace.